All right, we're going to get to work. You're going to have the world's best vanilla minus the vanilla specks, which everybody in New York knows is nothing more than dirt that got in the machine. So, you know, it's not the end of the world. Do the specks, I have a question. Do the specks really add flavor?
If you have to ask that, you stick to making machines.
I think it's just dirt.
So what do we decide? Vanilla, or should I throw the cherries in?
Cherry.
Now, one way you get vanilla. The other way you get cherry vanilla. Your call. I already ground them up, so it's your call. There's not a whole lot in there, but it will be all right if you want it. Let's have a vote for vanilla and a vote for cherry vanilla.
Vanilla.
Wow.
Vanilla.
Okay.
I don't want cherry vanilla. I want vanilla.
Okay, then here, you can have that.
Okay. What was the consensus?
Pretty much vanilla.
Good.
No.
Nah, it's not the same. That's a topping. There was a franchise in New York called Carvel. And Tom Carvel was this old crotchety man. The only person he ever liked was me. And I don't know why. But he would come into trade shows, and I was 20 years old, and he'd sit down next to me and tell me how horrible my father was and my uncle. Because we wouldn't sell him machines for $1. But Tom used to say, you know, this is how crotchety Tom was. He didn't have employees, he had spies. And he said, I send my spies out to my 900 stores, and I always tell them, taste the vanilla. Because if they're cheating on the vanilla, which costs very little, you can be darn sure they're cheating on the maple walnut. So I'm selling my machines to his stores without him knowing it, to the point where people are making false fronts, and I tell them, make sure you make every flavor on the Emery Thompson except the vanilla. Make the vanilla on the Carvel machine, because that's the only flavor the spies are going to taste. So we got around it. Yes, he's Tom's store, Tom's 900 stores, Carvel, great chain, really good ice cream, soft serve. But they bring up a very good point. Everything Carvel has ever made, from Fudgy the Whale to Moon Pops to, you know, coated bananas, everything is advertised in the store. There's so many signs up for so many hundreds of different products that they've made. You walk in, you look at it, and you go, all of a vanilla cone, because you're so overwhelmed. You can have too many flavors and too many signs.
Not in my world. Okay, that's it.
Almost.
Well, the honey is now pretty well dissipated.
Refrigeration on.
We're good. Okay, we're making just vanilla.
And we're running
Honey
we're running at full speed. So we're going to make a homemade ice cream with the highest profit margin, and you can give good big portions, and it's going to be delicious. Now, when this comes out, you'll taste it, and you might say, well, Jeff uses a lot of vanilla, which I endorse, but it's going to be even stronger by 8 o'clock tonight, because it will have aged a bit, and that's important.
That's it.
So we're just going to stand here until someone says something.
Yes, sir. Don't even know it exists. On this? This is easy. You want this one? I don't know.
He looks like a nice guy. Give it to him.
Yeah?
Give it to him.
But only you.
Everybody watching in on videotape, don't listen.
Don't listen. Only he can write this down. 5 quarts of mix. 20 ounces pure, natural, local, raw honey. That honey was in the bees 2 days ago. 5 ounces vanilla, pure, real vanilla.
Extract?
Yes. Not syrup, not paste, pure vanilla. 5 beans. You make do, you know. 5 beans. There'll be a difference. You won't know it because you've never had the real stuff, but in my store, of course, it's all made with beans. I go through a lot of beans. Where do I get the beans? You're asking a lot of questions here, you know.
Yeah, they're milking you for everything you know.
I get the beans on eBay. There's a person in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. They're the largest purveyor of vanilla beans that I know of. And they'll sell you through their listings any amount. You can buy 5 beans or you can buy a pound of beans, depending on what you need and what you want to spend. And there's different quality beans. Now, I'll tell you a quick story. When you can I do this? Can I
Of course, you got all the time in the world.
When I started, I was using vanilla beans because I believe in that. And beans come from either Madagascar, Tahiti, or Mexico. Those are your beans. The Mexican beans, the bourbon beans, are really good. The Tahitian beans are really expensive, not quite as plump as the Mexican beans. So I was buying my Mexican beans, and they were coming about, 5 inches. And they were good. And then I discovered the real good beans, well, actually, the step in between. Then, to save some money, I saw online they sell splits, which means that the beans got ripe and they split open. And they're a fraction of the cost. I'm there, so I bought them. And I actually promoted them right in this room to buy the splits. You save a lot of money. Don't buy the splits. They're small. You get no good goop out of them. They're not oily, and they're hard to deal with because they're thin and a little dry because they're split open. So then I decided I'll go with the beans, and I went for the good beans, and now I discovered that you can buy 8 to 9 inch beans. They're really big and plump. They're great. And that's what I use now. I don't know the name, but it's the only one. If you go on eBay on vanilla beans, they're in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. It's the only one there. If you have a phone, I left my phone home, otherwise I would tell you. It might even be in the book. Okay, well, I'll give it to you tomorrow. Also, I buy the vanilla on eBay, and you can write this down, it's Dancy, D-A-N-N-C-Y. And she's a lady out of, I think, Laredo, Texas, right across the border from Mexico. I guess she smuggles them in or something. I'm sorry. I don't know what she does, but I buy the liters, and I get 12 liters are in a case. She packs them each in plastic bags. They come beautiful. They're in plastic bottles, the vanilla, so they're fine. And with shipping, it's $75 for the case, which isn't bad. $6 for a liter of vanilla. I mean, I go through it like water. I order 3-4 cases a month, but it's good vanilla. It's real good, pure vanilla. And that's it. Those are my sources. But of course, I go on eBay for everything. Everything. My main sources are Restaurant Depot, Sam's Club, and Amazon now. Amazon more and more. I just click on Amazon, and if you're a Prime member, you get it in 2 days. Shipping is no cost, and Amazon sells everything. They are the future. A gentleman asked me about my coconut. We'll wait.
Come on.
Or you want to share that with us? That was another good.
They're not.
Amazon, everything. He asked me about the coconut, and I use Ansel Coconut, which is they're owned by Goya Foods, a great Hispanic food company, and I buy that from Amazon. I buy my maraschino cherries on Amazon. I buy everything I can. I buy on Amazon. Coconut milk, everything. Well, that's in China. Oh yeah, it's coming. Now I avoid that because of the time it takes. I used to order stuff from China, but it takes so long. You know, they're on like boats, you know, with your product there. It just takes forever to get it.
Amazon's a great stock.
You can't beat the price. No, you can't beat the price from Alibaba. You know about Alibaba?
I do.
Yeah. They're great.
I was going to buy stock in it. Amazon's a good stock. It's down right now.
Amazon is the future, in my opinion. It'll be to the point where I can run my whole store just on Amazon with one credit card.
We have, for the factory here, we have Amazon Prime, because when you're buying things like the USB, the big heavy batteries that you plug all your electronics into, those things weigh 30 pounds and the shipping would be prohibitive.
Right.
We get it all free shipping.
And in 2 days.
And I'll tell you, from a stock standpoint, they're taking all their money that they make, which they make a lot of money, they're pouring it all back into plant and equipment. New facilities, new
drones.
everything.
Drones now.
It's going to be, sell the house and buy Amazon.
Amazon is it. If you're young, I would buy some stock in that company. They'll split a few times before you get to be my age.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Jeff Bezos is online too.
Head of Amazon.
Yes, sir. We don't use whipped cream. We make our own fudge. Now, I take that back. We have a cappuccino bar. And I have started to put a dollop of whipped cream on the rim of the cappuccino cup. And everybody likes that. So I get the case of those cans from Restaurant Depot.
You see how easy this is? It's just second nature that you have some timing going on in your mind, and you just go back and check the product to see if it's ready. Don't need a lot of gadgets. Don't need a lot of gadgets to do this. Any other questions? I think they're getting tired and full. After we do this, we're going to, I'll give you a tour of the factory if you like. We have this building here where we do all the assembly and some of the machining, and across the street is where we do more of the heavy machinery, make the panels and all. We'll show you this building.
Whoa.
Yes?
It doesn't happen. Trust me. No, it doesn't. I run my machine almost every day. Every other day, at the very least. And I run it 4 to 5 hours. The machine doesn't break.
No,
it doesn't.
Rolls Royces don't break.
I don't have a backup.
Let me answer his question, because who's going to believe you? 1 year parts, 90 days labor is the warranty, and something that no one else in the industry, any industry, will do. And if you want to write it down right now, my personal private home phone number is area code 914-643-7391. Now, I see this gentleman in the front laughing. Do you have the private phone number of the man who built your car? You don't. How about your refrigerator? How about the house that you're living in? Nobody would dare do what I do. And why do I do it? Because as of last night, I had 36,092 machines running in 172 countries. And over last weekend, I got one phone call. And that one person, the point of this is, it's usually you that's doing something wrong to my machine, which is fine. I'm happy to solve it for you. But this was a typical call. The lady had a water-cooled machine. They'd been running it for 7 years with nothing wrong. And all of a sudden, it ran. I always ask the same question. If your machine breaks, call me. You'll hear me say, when did it last run right? It ran last night at 11 o'clock. It's not running now. Well, do we really think a 7-year-old machine that's been running all that time broke itself overnight? So what happened in between? Did you clean the machine, the store last night? Oh, gee, we got this cleaning crew. They come in, they move everything. They move the chairs, they move the tables, they move the machines. Let's go see if when they moved the machine, they rolled it back onto that water line and crushed it closed with the wheel. So now the compressor shuts off, because if that had been Taylor or Capigiani, you wouldn't have gotten them Saturday night. You would have gotten them Monday morning, and they said, we'll have someone out there by Tuesday. On Tuesday, they would have put in a new expansion valve for $250, $250 labor. Now we're up to $500 because you're out of their 1-year warranty. And then they would have made a batch of ice cream with you, and it would have run perfect. And you'd say, what a great company. They were here the next day, and they fixed my problem. There was never a damn thing wrong with your machine except that you rolled it onto the water line, And by him rolling it back and seeing it, he's there to make money. He's going to change your expansion valve. And you're going to leave thinking he's a hero. That many thousands of machines, we build Rolls Royces, which you'll see out back. You've never seen machinery built like this in your life. They literally, when I say 45 years, that's a conservative figure, because if I told you the truth, if I told you these machines last 80 years, you wouldn't believe me. We have machines at Penn State, University of Maryland, that are over 80 years old. We have machines in countries. The Shah of Iran had 2 of them in his palace.
Go ahead.
Oh, she just wants a little taste. I'll get you a little taste. Oh, no, I don't know if dogs can have honey. Can dogs have honey?
Yeah, it's very good for dogs.
You sure?
It's good for their coat.
You know?
No.
I didn't think so. Sorry, sweetie. I can't give you any. Come on. If your machine breaks, call us first. We know better than anybody. If it was something catastrophic, if you somehow damaged a motor, which I had a guy do, he hooked it up to a transformer. I go, why? It doesn't require a transformer. If you burn out a motor, we can have it to you tomorrow, because we're made in the United States. And if you need someone to put it in, we'll have someone there tomorrow.
You recommend a surge protector?
No.
Recommend the what?
It's too big for a surge protector. You need to surge protect your entire building.
Nothing's going to happen. Look, never mind.
No, if on a machine this,
Businesses I've been in, you get surge, you get power surge.
you can't surge protect something that's 6 horsepower or all the way up to 11 horsepower.
I get
you got to do the whole building.
strikes. I get lightning strikes weekly where I am in Florida, and the power goes out and then comes back on, sometimes in the middle of making ice cream. Everything's fine.
I'll show you the world's best.
Go away.
Sir, I'll show you the world's best
All right,
surge
if you
protector
want
right
some
now.
of this,
Absolutely
get it.
foolproof. There you go. Surge protection. We're in Tampa. We're the lightning capital of the world. I unplug toasters when I go to work.
this will be
Excuse me?
the creamiest, smoothest.
Oh, I have whole house surge protection, excluding the power company. Company called Tom
Not to
Thunder
this.
installed
This is
it
fine the
all.
way it is.
But that's the simplest, is pull the plug.
Well, it depends, like I said, on the personality of your store.
That's really good. Really good.
What? The ice cream. That's very good.
Sadie.
Look at that. It's like custard, isn't it?
Steve,
Yes.
why would you compare your machine to a Rolls Royce?
Because, well, we're actually better because we test them.
Rolls Royces are terrible.
Oh, no, I like them.
You have a Rolls Royce?
No.
Okay.
All right.
I'm in the car repair business, and I know.
Oh, I don't mean repairing them. I couldn't afford to repair it.
Right. That's
I couldn't afford to keep it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
They fall apart.
Nice.
Oh, thank you.
You
That's
like
what I
that?
drive.
That's what I drive.
Yeah.
They don't break.
It's a
They don't
miracle
break.
that I gave that recipe out.
That's what you need.
I've had 5 Lexuses and never broke one. Never had a breakdown.
I got 220,000. This is my third one, and I don't care. I don't get rid of them.
Yeah.
They never break.
Well,
Just to correct you, I know it sounds.
well, good. You saved me $350,000.
I promise you, you don't want.
I'm a chocolate guy.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I hate vanilla.
Nothing like winning me over.
There you go. That's all. Okay? Have a kiss? Mwah.
We're waiting on the coffee.
Well, we've run out of everything to produce, so after you eat that, we'll give you a tour of the factory. And I want to thank you all for coming. We had a lot of fun.
Sammy, come here, girl.